Hi, guys. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Oh, we already got 3 people in the room. That's good. Well, I hope you had a good holiday weekend, as odd as it was. We are in the last week or so of regular instruction, and then we get into final exams. And I'll give you more on that once we get underway. Hello, Jay Yoon and Marina. Hi. Up to 6 people in the room. Okay, that's a good sign. I've just had the feeling in the last week or so that the world is beginning to open up. I mean, a little haltingly and certainly unevenly, but it sure seems like we're venturing back out. While we can't do everything yet, we're getting there. Jayun, I will talk about finals during my announcement, so just hang in there. Rafa, hello, and Serena. Marina, hello. Ashley, hi. Joel, okay. 10:44, so we'll get underway just very shortly. Uh, Nick and Lucero, hi. Hi. All right. All right, 10:45, time to start. Hello, Destiny. Fall registration continues. I believe that this week we get beyond just the preferred admission people. In any event, I suggest that you sign up for fall classes as soon as you can, because we are going to have more students than classes available for them. So try to register before everything gets picked through. Up next, we had supplemental instruction yesterday on Discord with Stephanie. She went through media law, which I think is perhaps the most fascinating chapter in the course. We have one more SI, and that is next week. Hi, Evelyn. We have one more SI. Next week, we are going to have final exam SI. And this is a big one because Stephanie will have questions from across the entire second half of the course. And I define that as Chapter 9, television, through the end, Chapter 15. So it'll be long. There will be a lot to discuss. If it's like previous semesters, there should be an unusually large number of people there. So, yep, next Tuesday, final exam review. All right, up next. Yesterday was the denied transfer workshop. It's for people who really did strive. Maybe they applied to Berkeley or Stanford or, I don't know, Caltech or, wherever, and they didn't make it. They were denied admission. The workshop was about, all right, how do you pick up and go on from there? Is there anyone here who was at that workshop yesterday? Oh, the Broken Dreams workshop, Joel says. Yeah, but there's always another dream. So if you don't get into Berkeley, maybe you can get into UCLA. And if you can't get into UCLA, maybe you can get into UC Santa Barbara. A couple of years at UC Santa Barbara is not the worst thing in the world, right? Anyone go to the workshop? Well, all right. Let me move along then. Next Tuesday, we are going to have a food bank on campus, and apparently, our previous food bank was very, very successful. Which successful seems like an odd word to use with a food bank, but you get the idea. There's a need out there. So the next food bank will be, hello, Bobo Tea. The next food bank will be next Tuesday. particulars are in the announcements. All right. I heard from several students over the weekend that they missed quiz 3. So if you forgot about it, or you had some upheaval in your life or what have you, I am willing to reopen quiz 3 for you. As you know, I just want to get you guys through. Send me an email about it. All right. Final exams. If this was a normal semester, I would be telling you when the day and time is of our final exam. That day and time where you have to come to class with a Scantron, a blue book, a pencil, and do your exam. Well, this isn't a normal semester. Arlene, I'll get into what's on the exam in just a moment. Okay. So this semester, as you know, I have been giving exams asynchronously. In other words, you don't have to take the exam during class time, right? And I'm going to carry that through with the final. I mean, why change at this point? So what I'll do for the final exam is I will open it up on the first day of finals, a week from today, June 3rd, and I will keep it open through the last day of finals, which is Wednesday, June 10th. It is going to be mostly multiple choice. I'm going to have you write something because even though I've made this class unusually easy from an academic standpoint, just because you guys have all been through so much, I still think it's important to have you write something to show that critical thinking that college students should have, especially if they intend on transfer. Let's see. Oh, what is on the final exam? It is going to be on the entire second half of the course. So that begins with Chapter 9, television, and that goes all the way through the end of the book, Chapter 15, which is international. It'll be a lot like the midterm exam, except I don't think I had anything that you needed to write on the midterm. So you will need to write on this one. Okay. Questions about the final? Because, that's a big thing. Even though I think most of you are in pretty good shape on points. I still continued to get the occasional comment on, oh my gosh, my percentage went down. And I had to send an email back saying, look, I don't grade on percentages. Don't worry about it. It's all about your point total. And I know why people are worrying. It's because with Canvas, whoever programmed Canvas was just in love with percentages. I'm going to have to figure out how to, hide those for next semester. All right. On to the question of the day. Today's question of the day is about the app of this semester that I've been fairly happy steering away from. And that's, will you have multiple chances to take the final? Mm-hmm. Yes. So nothing to really stress out over. Okay, so the question of the day, it regards that app that I kind of stayed away from, and that was Zoom. I was concerned about the FBI security warning. I was concerned about, we have had instances at Glendale College where classes have been Zoom bombed by, white supremacists and other icky people. But that said, as I understand it, their security is getting better. The question of the day is, what kind of entertainment have you seen on Zoom? And have you used Zoom for something other than education? What kind of entertainment have you seen on Zoom? And have you used Zoom for something other than education? And while you're thinking of your answer, I can tell you about what I've seen. I've seen theater, small theater, try to transform itself into Zoom format. For example, one of the field trips that my summer class is going to miss is live Shakespeare under the stars in Griffith Park. It's it's a wonderful thing to do every summer. Independent Shakespeare Company, they perform each summer in the old zoo area of the park, and it's just a lovely evening. Well, they're not going to be able to do their normal live summer programming. So what they did, being this sort of impoverished little theater company, is they did a Zoom a cabaret where all their performers were sequestered off, sheltered in place in their own home, and they sang, they did dramatic readings, they did all sorts of stuff, and it was interesting. I'm not sure how good it was from a conventional entertainment perspective, but it was interesting. All right, let's see what you guys have come up with. Haven't used anything other than for your math class. Let's see who said that. Oh, Marina. Yeah, Marina saying, just used it for math. Destiny says, hey, club meetings and events. Now, Destiny, I would say that's part of your college education. I mean, I hope that college is also about figuring out what your interests are and what your peer group is by being part of a club. Let's see. Joel is saying, have not used Zoom for entertainment, but has used it for church meetings, meeting in groups with friends, to jam with people. Joel, I'm interested in you saying that you've used it for church. Is this for services, or would this be like a church committee meeting? Because that's one of the big questions of the moment. While there are many churches and many parishioners who feel that they can, keep up with church services through some sort of online thing, that there are others who say, no, it has to be in person. And so, Joel, I was just wondering, was that was it the church service? Was it mass, or was it like a meeting for, I don't know, the building fund or the choir or something like that? Ashley is saying, use Zoom as a Netflix watch party. That sounds like fun, where, you and your friends could see some movie, and it might be better if it's like a really, really cheesy movie, and everybody could throw in their ridiculous comments about it. I mean, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Bobo T is serious. Uses Zoom only for education. Oh, okay. Arlene is saying, Arlene's still worried about extra credit. If you get the 5 points, Arlene, if you get the 5 points from the career panel, it goes on to your total. If you don't get the 5 points, you're not hurt. I mean, you just don't get additional points. Serena is saying, I have not really seen anything entertaining on Zoom. I've used Zoom with all my friends to talk about them and hang out. Yeah, Serena, it seems that if you're going to use Zoom for entertainment, it would have to be some sort of where the audience participates kind of thing. You know how there are those murder mysteries where you follow around the characters. I mean, you literally you go off to the American Legion Hall or something, and you're part of the action. It's like a murder has happened supposedly in a big mansion or something, and you in the audience, you get to follow the various characters in helping you solve the murder. I don't know. Maybe that kind of entertainment would work on Zoom, but I don't know. Let's see. Marina is saying, also used it for a group meeting for group projects. Yeah. Right. For those sorts of collaborative activities, Zoom may even be a little better. because, as students get together to work on their presentations or what have you for classes, oftentimes a time and a place is difficult. And Zoom at least, you know, takes care of having to find a common place. Carly is saying one of my professors shares her screen and we watch films. And I've used Zoom to talk with all my coworkers because the restaurant's closed. Yeah, I mean, if you're in like a film appreciation class, or if you are looking at a film, let's say in a women's studies class, and you're looking at a film noir from 1947, and how the roles of women were just understood to be different then versus today. That would be an interesting thing to watch in a group setting on Zoom. And also, yeah, to stay in contact with your coworkers and your friends, to not lose that connection. Yeah. Let's see. Haven't seen any entertainment, but a lot of theater. Okay. Oh, Joel is saying a church committee meeting. Yeah, that's kind of more of a natural. Although I would assume that church services could just be, live streamed. I mean, something like my YouTube live channel, might be good for just live streaming church services. Lucero is saying also to stay connected with family and to have some sort of workaround for all those family celebrations that you can't have. Yeah, yeah. Rafa is saying no entertainment, but it's been used for speech class. Hey, Rafa, I'm interested in the idea of a speech class over Zoom, because the classic notion of speech 101 is, oh my gosh, I got to go up and make that speech in front of 20 people. That's scary. Is it more scary or less scary? Is it better or worse when you do it through Zoom? As a teacher, I think where I struggle in the online setting is it's harder to read my audience. When you're in the classroom, students are either locked in, or they're playing with their phones, or they're, writing on the walls. I don't know. And you can see that as a teacher. But, in the online setting, it's hard to get that read on your audience. Joel or Rafa, did you prefer making speeches over Zoom, or would you rather have had a live audience? Oh, Joel is saying also church services. Okay. Haley is saying watched a few Broadway cast reunion interviews that took place on Zoom and then were streamed onto YouTube. And there are a few interactive Zoom activities, but haven't seen anything yet. Yeah. Yeah, Haley, I do think that Zoom maybe is a more intimate medium than YouTube. That it may work better for plays. Yeah. Hello, Angel. Angel is asking for a repeat on which chapters are on the final. Sure. Chapters 9 through 15. That would be television through the end of the book. Oh, and Arlene, you got in there to help. Thank you so much. Well, that was a real good discussion. Let's move ahead to what you are doing today. Today's media note is, it's called Trump and Biden Online, but it isn't really about their political points of view. What it's about is the difference in their online campaigns. How they think that each of those campaigns, how they think that they can persuade that 5%, 8%, or whatever it is of the American population that will make the difference between whether Mr. Trump has 4 more years or whether Joe Biden is our next president. The two campaigns are going about how to get to those swing voters in just completely different ways. So listen to the NPR story about the online campaigns, and then, of course, take the short quiz. Um, for the lecture today, you are going to get into Chapter 14. Chapter 14 is media ethics, what I sometimes call the jumbo shrimp chapter. Jumbo shrimp is an oxymoron, meaning it's a contradiction in terms. So some feel media ethics is an oxymoron. Yeah. Anyhow, today, listen to Chapter 14, the first 25 and a half minutes or so, through the slide Corporate Conflict of Interest. Chapter 14, listen through the slide Corporate Conflict of Interest. All right, guys, any last questions, comments, or complaints? Oh, Rafa is talking about Speech 101 over Zoom. It's less scary, but I don't like it. I'd rather be in class. Yes, we usually have problems with lighting, audio, and connections. Yeah. You're struggling to make a speech, and then you have to worry about that technical stuff. See where that's a problem. Okay, any last comments before I end the live stream? Of course, I will be heading right over to Canvas chat, so you can certainly reach me there. All right, guys, ending the live stream.